What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. Now in today's video we're taking a look at another exotic farm. This has become available this week alongside all the Grandmaster Ordeals. So if you're chasing exotics and endgame upgrade materials, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel. And if you are new around here and want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, be sure to hit subscribe as well. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now upon the weekly reset yesterday, we got access to all 6 Grandmaster Ordeals. So if you're working on your Conqueror title, this week is the best week to go after and finish any of the Grandmaster Ordeals that you haven't finished. But by having all 6 available, this means we can revisit one of the easiest when it comes to exotic farming and end game upgrade materials, and this is the Lake of Shadows. This is one of the fastest Grandmaster Ordeals you can possibly do, and it's well worth getting a team together to jump into this to get yourself ready for Beyond Light. Now the Lake of Shadows was available back at the beginning of August, so we're going to recap the best strategies and mods that you should be using to ensure you have the fastest possible runs. Now in order to complete this activity in its hardest difficulty settings, you'll need a few extra pair of hands. Now if you are struggling to find a few people to play with, be sure to jump into our community Discord. The link to this is down in the video description below. We have a LFG for each platform, Xbox, PlayStation and Steam. So if you need an extra pair of hands, be sure to jump in and find an extra pair of hands to help you out and farm out that exotic loot. Now during our runs today, we were running as 3 Titans, all with bubbles, but you can run this on pretty much any class. Now there are some mods though that you most definitely want to make sure you have equipped on your armor, as these will help you become charged with light, but also help you deal increased damage to champions, which is very effective when it comes to taking them out, as you can see throughout the run that we're seeing here. Now one of the mods you most definitely want to make sure that you have is available from this season's artifact, and it's called Counter Charge. Now with this one, you become charged with light whenever you or a member of your fire team either staggers, disrupts or pierces a champion's barrier. And you'll be doing a lot of that throughout the whole Nightfall ordeal, and this will just mean you're charged with light instantly after breaking their barrier. Now the reason this is so important is we're pairing this with high energy fire, so while you're charged with light, you gain a bonus to weapon damage, and each defeated combatant consumes 1 stack of charged with light. So whilst one mod is giving us that stack, this particular mod is allowing us to use it to provide increased damage, and that is very powerful against all the champions that we'll be facing in this week's Grandmaster Ordeal. Now in terms of your weapon loadout, you most definitely want to make sure you have great diversity when it comes to elemental damage. We had 2 Izanagi's Burden, which is powerful for all the champions, alongside Divinity, which helps further improve our damage, but you most definitely want to make sure that the energy weapons that you have available have a good combination of Solar and Arc as their main elements, as these are the most 2 common shields that you'll be facing in this week's Nightfall. So those are all the weapon mods we had equipped alongside the weapons we were using, but there are some key strategies at certain parts of this strike which help make handling of the champions so much easier. Now as you can see from that section just there, by having one member of your fire team push right up and pop a bubble, there are overload champions that spawn there, and by disrupting them all, it helps you to quickly take them out very efficiently, alongside a few arc shields to quickly clear this area before progressing into the rest of the strike. Now for this inside area, we're going to stick to the left hand side and make our way right down towards the captain, putting a bubble over the top of him as well. Now by using our swords, these seem to pass the elemental shield that he has and allows us to quickly take him out with very little effort whatsoever. Now by far the most trickiest part of this entire strike is the outside bridge section. There are many champions along the way, as well as a wanted target, and all of these can pose small issues as you make your way across. Now in the very first area, you'll have 2 unstoppable champions. You can stagger both of these and pop a bubble over the top of them, and again use your swords to quickly take them out. Now from here you want to clear some of the adds and scions around you. Doom Marches is very good for this, as this leaves them all very weak, which allows you a perfect opportunity to use your special ammo finisher, which will grant special ammo for you and your entire fire team. Now as you make your way across the bridge, you'll notice an overload champion in one of the higher sections of the bridge. From here you can use a Divinity, and 2 Izanagi's Burden shots will quickly dispatch this champion very quickly. Now if you're lucky like I was, you may get the odd exotic or 2 as you even run through these, as you're defeating many champions as part of these runs. But once you've defeated the overload champion, you want to clear a few of the scions down below. Again, a great opportunity to get some special ammo, and make our way towards the 3rd and final section of the bridge, which has 2 more champions as well as a knight with a solar shield. Now if you can get your angles right, it is possible to take out these two targets from distance. Again, using Divinity and Izanagi's Burden is by far the quickest way to take them out, but most definitely take the time to defeat each and every champion. The aim here is to get a platinum medal at the end, which helps improve our loot drops when we complete the activity. But once you've taken them out and defeated the captain, you are free to enter the final stages of this strike. You'll come across another unstoppable champion surrounded with goblins. Be sure to try and take some of the goblins out, as they offer the unstoppable champion a protective shield, which can make him very difficult to defeat. Once again, Divinity and Izanagi's Burden can make short work of him. You can pop a bubble here at the bottom. This is more for the protection from all the solar damage that's going to come our way from two knights that we find on these stairs here. By taking out their shield though, we can defeat them very quickly, leaving just the champion for us to defeat before moving on to the next section. Now there is a knight again at the very top of these stairs, but we can jump over the top and skip past these entirely onto the next section of the strike. Now in the next room there are many goblins, but we want to skip past all of these and focus on the wizard at the far side of the room. Now with some fallen guillotines, you can take this wizard out in just 2 heavy attacks, and that is enough to take the Taken Blight off the doorway so we can progress to the next part of the strike. Any of the other ads we can leave behind as we move on to the final section. Now as we approach the boss, there are 3 overload champions that we need to defeat. Again, Divinity and Izanagi's Burden make very short work of these as we approach the final boss room. Once you've cleared a few of the ads, you'll be making your way to the final few staircases, and there are just the 2 final unstoppables waiting for us here. And as I said before, Divinity and Izanagi can delete these from the game very efficiently for you. Now as you enter the boss room, there'll be a few scions and a captain that we need to defeat. Be sure to focus on these first before taking out the blight, as by taking out the blight, this will spawn the boss for the final encounter. However, once you do defeat the blight, be sure to pop a bubble, and we're going to go ham on the boss with some fallen guillotines, and we'll make very short work of the boss indeed. All we need to do now is stay inside the bubble and wait for our activity rewards to drop. And as long as you've defeated every champion along the way and get yourself a platinum medal, then you have a very high chance of exotics, Ascendant Shards, enhanced weapon mods, and even enhancement prisms. So there we have it guys, that is by far the best exotic farm currently available inside Destiny 2 this week. Be sure to make the most of it whilst it's the quickest and easiest Grandmaster Nightfall we've had so far. Now if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel, and if you are new around here and want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, but I will catch you all again very soon.